Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. Before we get started into the messages, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing so, of course, I would welcome that. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can gather together outside of space and time where this love originates and just multiply it to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Just let that love flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and overflow out into the world, surrounding the globe in a big bubble of love. That every heart that is ready to vibrate at a higher love vibration, that this energy, this love energy, will spark and help. And if you yourself are in need of love tonight for your own heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send the love to you right now and put you in a giant bubble of love for the situation. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, I just always like to make sure everyone knows that I do have a weekly giveaway on Mondays. Here is the link to the video for that. Every Tuesday, I put out a video for the next Monday explaining what I'm giving away and how to, enter the drawing for it. And this one also talks about some monthly giveaway that I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested in any of that, check that out. Also, there's a few days left where Spring, formerly known as Teespring, is having some 25% off of merchandise on their end. So they're the ones that are taking the cut in their profits, which they don't do very often. So I thought I'd pass that along in case anyone is interested in any merchandise. That's a great opportunity to do that. Also, I put out weekly a pick a card, at least one a week. And so I have a ton of them out there, but the one this week was about life purpose and what do you need to know right now. So if you haven't checked that one out, this is the link for that. And lastly, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. And here is the playlist for that. So if you want to check out by your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, every planet is like a different window into looking out of the house into our lives. There's different viewpoints for like Venus, whatever your Venus planetary sign is, that can be about love and that can be about the feminine energies in your life. And Mars can be about the masculine energies and authority in your life. And any struggles or that you're having, battles, the god of war, that type of thing. So those are all of those, and I can tell already spirit is starting to flow. Even though it's snowing outside, I am all nice and toasty warm. So let's take a look here, and we'll get my desktop all set up, and we'll get into the readings. I hope everyone has had an amazing day. And we'll see what spirit has for us here, if my mouse will cooperate. There it goes. All right. Make sure that is showing there. All right. Let me just shrink this down just a tad more. There we go. Now I can see. All right. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, how they work is the free readings are first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list. You just put your question out there. and then I do pull cards for it. If you don't want to put your business out there and you don't want to put a specific question, you can just say, general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting, and we'll pull cards for that. Um, Also, if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. I also go deeper into those. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue moving down the list. Um, there's no special dollar amount you need for the donation. Any donation amount works. And to make a donation, that you just can use the super chat at the bottom, which is like a little dollar sign with like a dollar bill kind of thing. Or if you want to make by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square, there's a pinned comment at the top with all that information, as well as the description box of the video down below. So that's how it works. And we'll get into the readings. I am going to be using the Star Tarot this evening. It's one of my favorite newer decks. So we'll start that. I don't have any donations yet. So we'll start at the very top of the free readings, which was Patty. Hey, Patty. And you want to know, is there financial freedom in your charts? And if so, by when? So let's take a look here. And so financial freedom. All right. Well. Anything else here? All right. Well, you start off with the Knight of Pentacles, which the Knight of Pentacles here is the Pentacles, of course, would be your finances. And all the Knights are always on a quest for the Ace of Pentacles, which has to do with abundance. It also has to do with looking at your worth in relationship to yourself. And I feel like with this, let's see what the other card is here too. Oh my gosh. And then you have the King of Pentacles. So I would say that you will have, and in your definition of financial freedom, I mean, what I feel with these cards is definitely a lot of abundance, a lot of freedom from fear of not having enough, right? Because both the King of Pentacles is basically they've lived the entire Pentacles journey. And so they're like, totally feeling, content and totally feeling full and having found their worth in relationship to the outside world from the inside, not looking to the outside to define them, but finding this wholeness inside because they've discovered everything in the outside world is pretty unstable, right? People change, they pass away, they walk away, so relationships aren't stable. Situations like jobs and education constantly changing, never stable. And then, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, everything breaks down, deteriorates, blows up, burns down, is stolen. And so everything on the outside is unstable. And we eventually go bored of that. And then we're disappointed enough in it, or both, and then turn inward and upward. And we find this. So I feel like there is this freedom that does come from finances, but I feel like it's a dual thing that happens. One part of it is that you're finding abundance on the inside, which changes your whole viewpoint of what abundance and financial freedom means on the outside. And then in doing that, you don't fear lack. And so you're not challenged with bringing lack into your life because you're focused on gratitude for what is. And so you always have abundance flowing in your life because of this change of attitude, this change of awareness around what successful means and what financial freedom really, really means for you. So I do like that for you, Patty. So that is what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. And Ms. P, you are up next. And I am well. And anything headed your way that you need to know about? And I hope you are well as well. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know that's headed your way? Where can you use a heads up or just a little bit of encouragement or whatever they'd like you to know? Sometimes it's a warning. Sometimes it's oh, you're going to be so happy. This is a little bit of both. No, I'm just kidding. I like this because you have the 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles is about you staying true to the authentic you, not being drawn off to the left, to the right by fearing that you're gonna be letting down someone or lose someone's support or whatever it may be. It's really about you stepping into you, your true self, and expressing that, because in doing that, you have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So you do connect to a higher love. You do experience a newer love. And I really feel like this is like a human that's coming into your life that appreciates and is attracted to you because you are staying true to your authentic self. You're not trying to be like what you think everyone would want you to be and what would attract someone, blah blah blah. We always get this long list of you know opinions of, well, this is what a mate would want, and you got to look this way, act this way, have this way, do this thing, do that thing, blah, again, blah 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 blah. I keep on saying blah 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 blah. And it's like, but that's not what people truly want. This individual that just adores you, that's coming in, is because they see you for you, and you don't have to try to pretend to be someone else, and they just like you with all the faults you think you have, and they don't see them as faults. They see them as unique qualities, and they really you know it attracts them to you. And so that's what's headed towards you and what they want you to make sure because if you try to be someone you're not, they don't get attracted to you. But when you're attracted to yourself, I mean, not attracted to yourself, when you are your true self, that's what they're attracted to. Hey, if you're attracted to yourself too, you're like, yeah, dang, I like me. Fall in love with yourself. That's absolutely acceptable. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ms. P. Many blessings to you. And Silent Victory, you are up next. Yeah, I thought it looked like there was a very little in here. Um, when I came in here, there was like only like 4 or 5 people, and usually there's more. So I think YouTube did a little bit of a reset or something. So apologies if your question disappeared. Please repost it. And there's not very many in here yet, so you won't be too far down. But and what is going on with everything? Maybe, well, it is Mercury retrograde. So things are not unfolding there. Yeah, because I don't see. I also didn't get anything through on PayPal yet either. So it seems like it's going to be one of those interesting, wonderful evenings, right? Let me pop out a separate screen here for PayPal and see. Let's make sure that's all working too. All right. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, they're out there in PayPal, so we at least know that's working. and and I can see the question, so I will do that. Okay, here it comes. Now it came through. And Spring, thank you for your donation too. Okay, so something in the internet world, I think, just kind of burped or something, or farted, right? So, hey, okay. So, Silent Victory, I will be back to you. You'll be the next free reading in the list here. Um, I do have a couple of donations. Um, yeah, you can ask a free one, and I'll eventually get down to that one. Yeah, I did. I actually said, "Oh, Mercury retrograde." Well, 'cause, 2 days ago? I think we only went into Mercury retrograde, like, 5 or 6 days ago. Been in the pre-shadow, and we're heading up into the actual Mercury retrograde here in a couple days, the full-blown one, right? But I had sound go out one day, sound go out another day, and it took me, like, 3 reboots, and I'm just like, "Mercury, you little you." Alright, so let me get back on track here. So, um, alright, so Renee, so your first 2 questions, and let's take a look here. So you wanna know, how is your boss viewing you? And alright, so that's question number 1. Let's take a look and see how they're viewing you today. Did you do something? What did you do? Uh-oh. Okay, and then, let's do that one first. Yeah. So, they see you here, and this doesn't have to be romantic. It just feels like that you're a partner in this, in their job here. Let me see if I can get some more light here, just a little bit. There we go. Because you also have they see you. I think you had this too before. See you balance, the Queen of Swords, you balance between heart and mind, right? And so you do balance in between there. You have peace of mind, so that you have a great mind. I really feel like they just really see that you can really um, figure things out, and you fast learner. Just those great qualities that they look for, that they really want you to be able to really get a hold of, and but you're not like un empathetic, right? Because you can be extreme, brainiac, and just be like, they're reminding me of an individual that I used to work with, and I told him that he should be an engineer. Not that to just engineers, but they deal more better with mechanics than they do humans. Because I'd be talking to him right in the middle, like he'd ask me his question, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, da 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 da. Hey, and I have a question for you, da 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 da," and he would just turn away and walk away, and I'd be like, "Hello." So you could be too mental, where you're not good with people, or you could be too emotional, and focused on people, and not, have the intelligence on how things work and cause problems, right? And I feel like they feel like you have a good balance of the intelligence, and you get this, and you're good with people too. So it's a good combination. And I like that. Um, and I feel like too that with the 2 of Cups, they feel you make good emotional decisions. When you have decisions to make, you don't, you balance again your heart and your mind. It's all here, that they just see you as a well balanced individual, and that you're, like we were talking about yesterday, just a really go getter, and they appreciate the balance, because it's hard, you know and having interviewed hundreds, if not thousands, of people in my lifetime in corporate life, uh, you either have people who have customer service and understand how to interact with people, or they don't. And that's something you can't teach. You can teach people things, but you can't teach them people skills. They have to learn that, usually the hard way, or have it naturally. And you have that. And that's what I feel they are showing you there. So that is what I feel is coming in for that one. And then you want to know, how is Jay feeling about you or viewing you? So let's take a look and see what they feel about that. All right. And they see you in this way of, the 4 of Cups is like, there's this emotional stability. So where someone sees you with mental stability, this person sees you with emotional stability, but also very fiery, very getting things done, and um, you know, maybe get a little heated with them, or with them. Um, I just feel like it's out of frustration with them, because I just feel like you wanna knock him in the head with that Queen of Wands, like, you're like, snap out of it," or like, what was it, Moonlighting? Was it Moonlighting with Cher, where she's all, "Slap," and then, they were still looking at her all googly, and you slap them again, and it's like, "Snap out of it." So I feel like they they, I feel like maybe they're a bit sensitive. Now, you have to understand, when we're asking, how do people view us? There is a lot of this, um, energy of uh, uh, looking in a mirror. So they're seeing a lot of themselves. That's why all these different people will see different aspects of you, because they're only recognizing things that are within themselves. And so that's why some people can look at you one way and some people can look at you completely differently. And you're like, why do I have a multiple personality disorder, and I black out and I become someone else? It's like, no, you're a mirror. We're all mirrors. We can't help what people see when they look at us, right? A monkey looks in the mirror, they're going to see a monkey. But then they're like, no, no, it's a lion, because a lion is looking in the mirror, they're going to see a lion. So keep that in mind when we're asking about, what do people perceive me? Something that spirit really is reminding me, because I used to always wonder what people were thinking about me too. But they started reversing it on me all the time and going, okay, well, you care what they think about you, but how do you think about them? And you learn a lot about yourself when you're going, what are you seeing when you look in them, right? And what do I feel when I'm interacting with them? And so a lot of times the energy we're investing in wondering what everyone's thinking about us is almost a waste of energy to a point, because we are a mirror, right? And so the I feel like when you are looking at them, what do you see? And that will help you a lot about where you're coming from. But this individual does see, just as there's a stable emotional stability, but also this fieriness, and go getter, really kind of mystical too. I feel like they feel when when they view you, because they're very energetic, and it's spiritual energy, and so your energy just there, it just something it does something to them when you're around them. They're just miscombobulated a little bit, it feels, and other things. But also, the black cat is your connection to the spirit realm. And so, with all of that in there, I feel like you are in tune, with speaking to spirit. And, and I feel like you almost are a little bit, I want to say, not witchy to them, but they're just like, and I said witchy, like, ooh, spells, not anything else. um, but they're just like, how did you know that? Like, you pick up on things around them, and they notice it, because they are also connected, and so they notice things, because they look for synchronicities, and they see that you notice things, where someone that isn't connected would just totally be like, what, I don't know, I don't see anything, right? So that is what is coming in here. So that is for that one. And then your third question, and thank you so much, Renee, for your donations. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, I got all caught up into it. So you want to know, is it a good idea for your brother to go to DC this summer? So is it for his highest experience, and anything that you need to know around that? Okay. Yeah, yeah, there's I don't have any warning signs around this, because I feel like it's going to be a big learning experience for him, because we've got the Hierophant, which is they're inviting him into this maze, and I just feel like they're gonna go into this, wonderful realization when they go discovering a lot about who they are, because we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like there's going to be some individuals here represented in his life that he gets to experience that really show him a lot about himself. The Queen of Pentacles, a very, an earth signy individual. And if your brother's a water sign, this could be them. And they might find someone who is very like a counterpart of theirs, where they just really hit it off. It's almost like they were separated at birth, like twins separated at birth. And then there's someone else that's very grounded. I almost feel like this is like maybe this is kind of a romantic thing. And then this is more of a, it's like a mother, mother kind of person there that helps them with wisdom and grounding and nurturing. It's like someone that, how we always have extra mothers in our life, um, like at work, I used to have like 10 mothers that were always like, did you eat? Do you have something? Did you do, always taking care of them. And I feel like they do have someone that takes them under their wing there to do that. So that is what I am getting in here. So very supported, very adventure, maybe a little bit of a crush going on while they're there as well, just because they hit it off with someone that they just, again, they feel so connected as well. So that is what I feel is coming through there, Renee. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for all your donations and for your patience with all this weird stuff going on with the internet and things coming in late and everything else. And thank you guys so much for all the ones that, for some reason, deleted a lot of entries, because I know I came in and I'm like, what's going on in the world? Because there was like five. Usually there's like a page and a half of chat. There was like five, and usually that if it ever happens, there's like something huge happening in the world, where everyone's distracted by looking at it. And I'm like, ooh, I'm checking my phone. Is there like a war breaking out? Is there aliens that have finally landed? Or but evidently it was just a glitch. So thank you guys for your patience with that. You are very welcome. All right. In Spring, thank you for your donation. And you'd like some advice from Spirit. So let's take a look here. All righty. I like those. And Angels and Ancestor Oracle, I feel that they have one of these for you too. And there it is. All right. So we'll start with the Angels and Ancestors. Here you are. How the she-wolf. So fitting. Unleash the wild within. Uh-oh. Spirit, what are you doing to us? I jest. So the she-wolf, it does say, let your wild side up and out, unleash your talents and your desires, which makes total sense with these other cards. The she-wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf and half woman. She's the alpha female who's not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, the pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. She encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. Yeah, that makes sense here with the Seven of Wands too. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and to go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. Boom. The extended message for it is you are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes and or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. Boom. It makes total sense because you have the Seven of Wands came out first here, and the Seven of Wands does have this energy. The sun does not ask permission to shine. It shines, and if someone can't stand it, they can get in the shade. She does not diminish her light. She shines bright, stands up on the hill, and then, like it mentioned, sometimes the Seven of Wands, you'll see like wands down here trying to poke at the person that's up here. This is someone shining bright, shining forth their gifts and to the world, and some people don't like it. They're like, "Come down here and be miserable with the rest of us. How dare you be happy and go after your dreams?" And I saw a meme. I think I mentioned it this morning, but it said, um, "Misery loves company, but so does joy, and joy has better parties." So I like that. And then you have the Two of Wands, which is your power of choice. Here's the bright sun in the middle here. And it's like whatever you focus on grows and expands. And so as you focus on, what you're grateful for and what you do want to draw in, and that higher vibrational energy of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, all of that grows and that expands instead of fearing, what will come into our life, or, and so we draw it in, or we fear what will leave our life and we repel it. It's really being aware of your energy. And it is time to invest your energy towards your dreams, like that card was talking about. And you've been working on this. The temperance card has, the tempering going back and forth here, and it is somewhat of a patience card, that it does take time for things to unfold and things to go forward. And in some things are starting to happen faster and faster and faster. Standard metal is turning into gold faster and faster. And then there's some things that are taking a little longer with Ace of Cups, which this can be new love. It's emotional power coming in. And just have patience with this part, because that card even mentioned, new love and new, individuals that might come into your life. But I feel like that's the thing that's taken a little bit longer, because I feel like your dreams are kind of demanding more of your attention right now in that energy. And though we think we can juggle, 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 it's important right now to focus on opening up your dream and opening up your your dream. You know where you want to head, how you want to express your gifts to the world. Yeah, absolutely beautiful cards, and I don't know if I showed everyone. So the deck I'm using is the Star Tarot. It's a huge. I mean, look, it's as big as my head, and I'm like 6'4". So that's a huge box. Well, I love that. So here's your she wolf. Howl at the moon, baby. Howl at the moon. Let that shamanic, I mean, how perfect. I mean, you do, you know, um, shamanic work, right? You can't hide anymore. Hey, unique beauty. Are you wowing at the size of my head? Is that what you're saying? Like, wow, is it really that big? But that is what they have for you, spring. So, yep, no more hiding. No more hiding. It needs to be, uh, it's time. Spring has sprung. Literally, it's time. So, that's the advice from spirit. Just, you know, Connect to that rebellious spirit. Let that wolf spirit within you just go and let it come forward. Allow your energy to grow and expand. Just be aware of where your energy, where you're investing it in each moment, and it is just going to unfold. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Thank you, Unique Beauty, for clarifying. No, not your big old head. I was talking about the cards. Well, thank you for your donation, Spring. So many blessings to you. All right, I think that was all the donations. Hey, Christy. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. All right, so let me get back to where we left off. Let me just bring this down a little bit here. Oh, it's doing something weird, isn't it? Well, Silent Victor, I better hurry up because it looks like um, things are disappearing at the top, and it's not supposed to do that. All right, so Silent Victory, will you be able to figure out the solution for your issue at work? Let's take a look here. All right, well, I'm thinking that this is a yes. Anything else? Whoa, yeah, about it? Yeah. All right. So the first card that came out is the Sun card. So this is abundance of victory, definitely coming out here. So we do definitely like this because it's a very huge. It's like a capital Y, capital E, capital S that you do figure out a solution for your issue at work. We had the Five of Pentacles here, and the Five of Pentacles is this energy of a lack of abandonment, being left behind, being out in the cold. But it's a transformational type of energy too. So we like that it's a changing of things in your physical world at work. But there's this awareness that comes with this card too, Silent Victory, where, you know, we feel these feelings of abandonment, being left behind, and lack when we um, depend on humankind to bring us what we need in each moment and what our sustenance and everything, which we're taught to do. And then we fear it, which is totally smart because, humans, when we go into our fear mode, we withdraw our support, we withdraw, and then it doesn't help. Um, because they can't give us what we need each moment, and they are undependable, and they do, drop things. I'm just want to take a quick picture of the chat in case something weird happens. When you have that in the back of your head, you got to do it. But I feel like this transformation where you are learning to trust source, trust creator, whatever you believe your higher power is, realizing that they're the ones that bring us everything we need in each moment. And they've never let us down. They've always given us what we needed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now, right? And so it's about building this trust. And I almost feel like the solution for the issue at work is by letting go of that answers are going to come from out here, and just really try to take a step back and have this connection, trust your higher self and your spiritual posse and the creator and spirit, and just go, you know what? I've done everything I can do. Help, please. Give me answers, give me suggestions, work things out. And either they're going to bring solutions to you through your brain, your heart, from the outside world, like you're going to get ideas this way, or things are just going to fix themselves. But I feel like this is an opportunity with all of this, that to build this trust with the creator. And I feel like that's why the Five of Pentacles came out for you there. So that is what I have for you. So many blessings for you there. Okay, yeah, it just came through. I was like, what is going on? Things are acting weird. So that's what they have for you, Silent Victory. So many blessings to you. Right? See Shanta, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. Um, and thank you so much, Intuitive, for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. And so, and you said you just wanted a general reading? Let me see. Absolutely. See what's headed your way. All right. So let's take a look and see what Spirit wants you to know. What is coming towards you? A chariot. Look out. Dive out of the way. I was going to say a meteor, but it's a chariot. All right. Just getting some clarity here. It's like one by one. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, this is making sense. And then I do want to pull a Return of Spirit card for you too. These are the spiritual ink blot tests. So whatever you see in the card is going to be a special message just for you. And then we'll also read from the little book. But before we look at that, we're not even going to look at that card yet. Because you've got the chariot card is coming in here. And so I wasn't kidding. The chariot, dive out of the way. But this is this power that's coming in here. So the things that are headed towards your way here are for you really learning to the power that you have in each moment of what, um story you put to a situation, what emotion you want to feel as you go through it, and where you're investing your energy. It's like really the things that have been and are happening are all about this. I mean, because you've got the you've got the Justice card, and you've got the Devil card, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. And so for all of these three coming together with that Chariot card, I mean, you got 3 out of 4 are major arcana, so this is a beautiful pivotal point in your life. But for me, the Justice card is the balancing here. Here's the Ace of Swords, which is about connecting to the higher realms, the capital T truths, which allow you to cut away the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. Those, fears of losing conditional love, whatever those are, those, pesky thoughts. The higher love thoughts are what are allowing things to balance out for you. And that's what our shadow does too, right? Our shadow rattles our cage. It rattles our thoughts and beliefs that we've had since the very beginning. It's Capricorn, Saturn energy. Work, work, work. Shake and question these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets. But they do it not to make fun of us, or to tease us. It's for us. It's to make us realize, what? I'm in a cage? And they're like, yeah, you sure are. And you're like, whoa. And there's no door on it. Nope. So I don't have to stay in here? Nope. And you're like, I'm out. And you're like clearing away these things that have been trapping you in the past that are making you feeling held back, right? And the Knight of Pentacles is about, all the Knight's quest, and this Knight quest after the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is like this search of our worth in relationship to the outside world. And they're on this quest to find themselves and find their worth. And how do I relate to the outside world? Again, a lot of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, limiting beliefs that we had poured into our little noggins all our life, that, performance and, things that you're supposed to do and should do. And how dare you not do those things? And so we, feared rejection. We feared not receiving praise. So we created this whole matrix of thoughts and beliefs, the cage, right? And this is the cage being deconstructed. And so I like this power of choice that's coming in, because you're realizing, wait a minute, I know I've been told that when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. I get to choose what it means. And so you're changing your habit of what things mean, and you're coming up with your own unique ideas around it. So I like that for you. All right. Okay. So your your spiritual ink blot test card. It's so funny. It almost looks like a spirit, like an ink blot test. But so I'm going to show it to you, and then what you see in it is a special message for you, and then I'll reveal the word and then read it. So, and if you have these cards, you might know what it is already. But so I'll let you see that. Maybe I'll even scooch it in a little bit. It doesn't look like an ink blot test. Like it's a butterfly. But for the reveal, it is mediumship. Ah, I love it. So let's read this. It's a little excerpt in the book here. So it says, when thoughts of our departed family members or friends come to mind, it's because they are with us in that moment. And this card can be a way for your departed loved one to tell you that they love you and are still very much here with you. Most likely, you are in need of their love, support, and encouragement at this time. And though you can no longer see them, they, of course, have not left your side. The other reason this card may have come to you is because you have a gift and ability to speak to those on the other side. It is quite possible that you are not aware of this gift, but I know you are. Spirit is encouraging you to begin to develop this skill. And on the other hand, you may be quite aware of your mediumship abilities, but questioning your skills and level of connection. Most intuitives feel they could be more connected, bring through clearer messages, or receive more information. And it's hard not to doubt yourself at times, but right now, Spirit is saying not to. You definitely have a gift, and sometimes we just simply need to get out of our own way. Mhm. Try not to compare yourself to other mediums. Just allow your gift to operate for you in its own unique way. Exactly. Trusting and accepting are the quickest ways to nurture your connection to its fullest potential. Either way, those on the other side are reaching out to you at this time. So be open to their communication in whatever form it may come. Every person on this earth is born with the ability to connect with those who have passed over. So do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt them. The more open and accepting you are, the stronger their communication will be. So, boom, there we go. So, definitely that also comes in here with, you know, these cards here, because we can get into you know, the spiritual rules, right? You know, the human likes to put everything into plastic containers. You know, it likes to define things, and when we get into spirituality, even within card reading and stuff, you know, I was so surprised when I left like organized religion and yeah. Oh, good. You're gonna love this. Um, so you know, we create these rules like, oh, you know, when you before you do cards, you have to jump 3 times and spin and wave your magic wand and do this and do this, and we have all this ritual we put around it, which is great if it empowers you. You know, more power to you. But if it limits you and makes it feel like, oh, I can't do it, I can't do a reading now because I haven't had time to do my ritual, then it's um, holding us back instead of moving forward, right? Yeah, so your your system's acting up too. It is Mercury retrograde, and I don't want to empower it. We're going to surround our technology with beautiful, smooth. We're gonna be show gratitude and say thank you, Spirit, for beautiful running equipment and everything and connection staying crystal clear and beautiful. And we thank you. All right. So that's what they have for you, intuitive. So I'm excited for you. Many, many blessings for you. All right. And then do you have another donation? Thank you so much, Natalia. And you want to know who is coming towards you in love? Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know around who is coming towards you? For love, love, love. All right. So what we have here. All right. What's definitely someone who's passionate here with the Ace of Wands. First card that comes out. So I really feel with like in these other cards too, because you do have the Sun card. So I feel like they have a lot of fire in their chart, or they are a fire sign. And this is Leo energy. So it could or could not be a Leo, but this is really definitely fire, fire, fire. Someone who's bright, someone who is brilliant, very much seen. And it is a lot of that's with a lot of the fire signs. That's why I feel like there's a lot of fire there. Um, because they're seen and people are attracted to them. Just their energy just is like, whoa. That's why they're kind of like natural leaders, like, lion, Leo the lion, the king of the jungle. They're just drawn, people are drawn to them. And I just feel this brightness around there. And so this is the who's being drawn to you, though. They are very much also stable in the outside world and grounded, because we have the Ace of Pentacles here and the Four of Pentacles. Here's the Sun again. With this, 4 is a very solid number, like a big, dining room table with four huge legs. It's a very solid individual. But I feel like there's this freshness also in the outside world here with the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a new opportunity also coming your way, with this. So this new passion, this new opportunity for passion is coming your way from this individual. We have the Hanged One here. And I feel like the Hanged Man or the Hanged One here is usually, that something's been kind of incubating like a caterpillar in a cocoon. It's even kind of looks like it, that it's taking time to unfold. But I really feel like with all this fiery energy coming in too, this is more that the wait is about over. The butterfly, you've formed your wings. Now you're having a little struggle getting out of the cocoon, which builds up your wing muscles, which allows you to fly. And I feel like whatever's been going on, well, I know what's been going on because you have the strength card here. Your human, has been interacting very deeply with your higher self, really releasing those things that no longer serve you. That's what happens with the caterpillar. So you have been looking at, what are the old emotions that no longer serve me? What are the people in the people in my life that it's just not healthy anymore. It's not, they're weighing down instead of helping you move forward. Right. And all these thoughts and these limiting beliefs I had about myself. I just feel like you've just been throwing things, out of your life, hit left and right, which has been allowing you to get closer and closer to this. And your energies are getting to this point to welcome this, to come in. So there is definitely a fiery individual, very bright, very seen, probably very attractive, with all this fire energy, but very grounded as well. So I like that. We don't want a forest fire that comes in, right? We don't want the blaze of like, oh my gosh, the sun burns up the entire planet. No, we want a contained, very grounded fire pit that's so pretty, roast marshmallows, keeps us warm, but it doesn't burn down everything around us. And that's what I feel this kind of this person that's coming in. So I like it. Yeah, right. It's they're definitely um, you know it's important to know their entire soup chart, right? Because it's going to be a spicy soup. But I like they have a lot of probably earth energy in their chart too, because they're balanced. It's not like a blazing, out of control forest fire. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Natalia. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate that. All right. I think we are good. Let me make sure here that everything is going through. Just quickly glance here. Yeah, I don't think anyone else said anything. Okay, so back onto the free readings. Thank you, Sio Shanta, for your patience. Any details about your future wife? Ooh, let's take a look here and see what. All right, what does Spirit want you to know about her? Well, well, you will have a future wife. You have the Four of Wands, the marriage card, but very joyful, very abundant. This is the joyful celebration card as well, in addition to the marriage card. So I like that. Also, very stable energy. Hallelujah, right? Excuse me. It's not all over the place. A very solid energy. At last. And then temperance, very patient individual too. So I like that. I feel a very grounded, almost earthy energy from them, that they're just, they smile while things are taking forever to happen. But they feel it's very grounded. They understand what takes time, what's too much patience, what's too little patience, and they understand that the gold takes time to form, with that tempering when it goes from cup to cup. Starts off as a base metal, but it takes time going back and forth as it slowly transforms into gold, and they're okay with that. So I like it. Of course, if we're impatient, that's going to drive us nuts. But we can learn from each other, right? Which I don't think you're an impatient. In most things, I think we're a little impatient in some things in our lives, but I feel like you will welcome this balanced individual. So I like it for you, Shanta, and that's the little glimpse they want to give you today of them. They want to be a scavenger hunt. They don't want to tell you everything. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And next up, we have double, triple, quadruple X. Thank you so much. And are you on the right path? Let's take a look here and see what advice Spirit has for you, or confirmation, validation. I feel like here that with the Three of Pentacles, this is all about you being true to your authentic self. And you are on the right path because, what this is showing me is that you're on the path of becoming the authentic you. That is the right path, because the things that you're encountering are disappointing, and it's making you realize, why am I trying to be someone I'm not? And when we're trying to live up to other people's expectations, and no matter what you do, it isn't enough. It's really not that it's driving you crazy, but it is driving you to go, you know what? The King of Swords here rolls over air, and all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this is double air. This king here rolls over our thoughts and beliefs. They roll over air. And with this Ace of Swords, they connect and see things from a higher perspective and begin to cut away all these opinions, these thoughts, and these beliefs that we've had, these limiting thoughts and beliefs, trying to please everyone, try not to lose their praise, try not to be punished. It goes back to our childhood. How are we conditioned? Through praise and punishment. We do what they want us to do, we get rewarded. We don't do what they want us to do, we get punished. So we learn to, do what everyone wants us to do, because we don't want to do all that. But this is you going, I've had enough. And you're cutting away these things that no longer serve you. And this is the path. This is where you're going through. And it's like it's tearing things away. It might be a thorny road where it's grabbing things and it's tearing it away from you, but it's because it's not you. These are things that people like paper mache to you, and you've been wearing it. Like, why do I feel so heavy? It's like, well, everyone was paper macheing their thoughts and opinions on you, and you've been, walking around like a giant abominable snowman or giant snowman that has all this paper mache stuck to you. And the path you're on, I don't know whether you told me all that, but it's ripping all the stuff off that's not you. And it's showing you and getting you into the authentic you. So I like that for you. I don't know why paper mache. snowman, but there you go. But I like it for you. So you definitely are on the right path. Trust the journey. Allow yourself to reflect on the fears that you have that are falling away and things that come up that you're ready to let go of. Just bring them up, question them. And then if you're like, you know what, this doesn't serve him anymore, then it will fall away. Just questioning it will allow it to fall away. You really won't have to do a ton of work around it. It's just questioning, is this really me? Maybe not. And then it goes away. So I like it for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Some of the messages from the top had disappeared before I came in. So apologies to everyone. But the ones that were here when I came in, I did screenshot them. So some of those have not gone away. I still see those. But because when I came in, there was only like 5 messages, and it was usually like a page and a half. So something glitched because there's a lot of stuff happening all over the place, like the internet. Suddenly, all my emails came in, um, and some other people mentioned they had weird stuff going on their computers. So Mercury retrograde, we're just going to chalk it up to that and say that's what it was, but we're not going to put energy towards the challenging things of Mercury retrograde. Gratitude, gratitude about everything's going to run perfectly going forward. Yes. All right. So, Spiritual Gifts Diva, you are up next. So, journey towards the future spouse. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Well, I do feel you have new passion coming in here and coming in soon. The moon, though, you still have a little bit of reflection time going on here with the moon, diving, deep into your subconscious, connect to the spirit realm. It's a lot like high priestess type of energy, where it's time for you to reflect on that while you're waiting for this spark to come here, right? So the journey towards your future spouse is one of, what energy am I focusing on? Raising your self love, Mother Luna, very mothering, very nurturing. And I feel like this is an emotional time for you to look at yourself. And that is what allows the passions to come faster. Because the more we work on our self love, that's what speeds up and brings our partners to us. Because when we have our lower vibrational energies and our thoughts and fears, we tracked in stuff that's equal to that. But as we connect with spirit realm and start dropping away those emotions that no longer serve you, those painful emotions, we transform them. We question the thoughts and beliefs we have around what a relationship has to be, should be, need to be, and the limiting beliefs we have. And we let so much go that allows a more flowing and freeing energy, which raises our love vibration as we connect to that unconditional love from above. And that, in addition to opening that up, it also opens up our ability to love others and receive love from others, because we can't receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor give love to others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, if I want to flood all the love out there, it's only going to drip out to them. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's only going to drip in. But expanding my self love, then the flow increases too. So I feel like this is the message they want for you for this journey towards your future spouse right now. And that's what they have. Spiritual Gifts Diva. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Yeah, I screenshot the ones after I came in. There's still others missing, unfortunately. So, what are we going to do? All right, Maju, you are up next and you'd like a spirit message. Let's take a look here. All right. So we do have the judgment card, which is really it's your higher self up here who is calling your human self into this higher path. And I do like this for you. The usually it's an X and an X meaning 20, it's the Roman numerals. I feel like there's this double ending, double new beginning energy that's coming in for you too at this point in your life because there's stuff being cleared away to open up your pathway here in the outside world. The Six of Pentacles, you have three on each side, which means that there's this wonderful river that flows in between. Whereas if you have like a seven, there's something stuck there in the middle. But this is you really, and really, I mean, here's you. It's connecting you to your worth, and they're having you look into this because the Six of Pentacles, in addition to opening up this flow, what helps open the flow in your outside world um, is this reflection that we have on our it's like our tendency to overgive. And this goes back to like when we're 7 years old and younger, because that's when our emotional body's being created and when our rate of exchange for giving love and receiving love is determined and kind of set. And we're children, we don't know any better. We give and we give and we give, and we get a little bit back because, when we're children, we're trying to get the attention of like probably our parents or our grandparents, whoever it is that was important in our life. And they're so busy and we're competing with life and other maybe siblings and other people to get attention. And so we give a bunch, like we give 1,000 love coins and we get one love coin back. And we're children, like I said. We don't know any better. We're like, okay, that must be the rate of exchange. And then that sinks into our subconscious. And that's what influences us and impacts our lives going forward. And when we realize who is that, when we take time to connect and we look and go, who is it that was? And our parents are a usual suspects, which that happened to them and that happened to their parents and their parents and that parents. Something, it's been going on for generations. And we look at it and go, oh, okay. So it was my parents. When we bring it from the subconscious to the conscious, it becomes editable. Like this little edit button appears above that 1,000. And we click on there and we go in and we erase the zeros to where it goes down to 1 to 1. And then we click save and then it's all equal. And then that goes into our subconscious and that changes how we interact with the outside world. So I feel like their spirit is calling you to this higher place to see it from a different perspective, to bring the stuff up for you to look at, and just knowing it and becoming aware of it is what allows you to change that. And then these out of balance energies change. Like we have all this subconscious energy that's going on that, we might in our conscious mind going, I want everyone to give to me, but no one's giving to me. What's going on? Well, our subconscious mind, even though we're saying, I want people to give to me, our subconscious energy is out there telling people, don't give to me. And they don't know why, because it's talking to their subconscious, who's ruling energy in their life. And they're just like, I just can't give to them. And you're like, why not? I don't know. And that's what happens. And then suddenly that energy changes, and then people will start giving to you in different ways. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Manju. So many, many blessings. All right, I'm going to close my blinds here real quick. It has gotten dark out. Okay. All right. So K-pop, you'll be my next free reading. All right. Okay, I think we're going good here. All right. So K-pop, you want to know who is coming towards you. All right. All right. So you have the Three of Cups here, and the Three of Cups represents like a group, like a tribe. And I actually feel like there's like you, and then there's two others. So I feel like there's two, and this is more friends than it is like romantic. It's not like a ooh menage a trois or whatever they call them. This is like two close friends. I feel like coming together. It's like it's drawing you in with two kind of like best friends. And I like this. One of them is like, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is someone that is romantic, that is very passionate, that searches after love, a very loving individual, just someone that's just like a heart walking around with legs. So it's a very big-hearted individual that, is, seeking love a lot, on their higher vibration. I kind of feel with their lower vibration when they're in, feeling lower, that they're really looking for love in all the wrong places. So it's just like you see the extremes of the individuals, that to that. And so you're like, yeah, I know who that is. Then you have the Six of Swords. So it's someone that's more intellectual, and this is someone that moves in thinking from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So I feel like there's someone, maybe a student of life. They're constantly learning and growing, and not like always changing their minds, but they're like growing and learning new perspectives, and they're open minded, and it's a good solid movement here. So I like this. You have like two individuals. One is very emotional and feeling, the other one's very intellectual. And I feel like you're like, that's why you guys get along, because I feel like you are the balance of that. You're someone who is intelligent, and also you're emotionally intelligent too. So you are this kind of bridge between them. Like, they would normally, I don't think, be like these buddy buddies, because they're like a fish and a bird. But you're a penguin, you're a fish bird. So you're able to help them understand each other, and then they become friends as well, because of you. So I like that. But that's who's coming towards you right now. So some good support, which is good, because sometimes we need friends who will be in our lives for a very long time, and not just boyfriends or girlfriends who will be in our life for a very short time, right? So I feel like this is a time of some great support, some true friends coming in for you, too. So that's what they have for you, K-pop. So many blessings for you. And Golden, you are up next. So anything that you need to know right now. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. So you do have this change of ideas that are coming in here. You have the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief. The Nine of Cups is like a wish fulfillment card, and you have your Judgment card, which is your higher self drawing you up. And I feel like you're in this kind of wonky period where you're really starting to um, have new ideas around what it would be to have wish fulfillment come true. Like, what is my dream? And this is like you're cutting away the old ones that people have been telling you who you're supposed to be, and blah, 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 blah. And you're cutting them away to determine what it is that you want. You even have that, you know, your higher heart here is what is drawing you in here to see not what your human has been told your dream should be, but what your higher heart is telling you that your dream is, how you uniquely want to share that unconditional love in your heart with the world. What makes your true heart sing? Not our mind checking off a list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, but what does it mean to live your dream? And I feel like this is what is unfolding, and there's this analysis going on as things are happening and been happening. And it usually, I mean, really over the last couple of years, I feel when you had, with pandemics and things where we're forced to sit and think and have time on our hands, and things are unfolding the way we think it, and the world is swirling and changing. We're like, yeah, what is it that I want? And that's what's happening. So I like it for you, Golden. Excited to see what this dream is. So many blessings to you. All right, Pinky, you are up next. Yeah. And, like what we're a couple days away from the retrograde, I think, the full blown. But we are focusing on the wonderful energies of Mercury retrograde, the higher energies. That's what we're gonna put our energy in. I because I've been feeding enough of the negative. I don't need to do that anymore. All right, Pinky. So you want to know anything about your future spouse? So, what other pieces on the scavenger hunt of discovering more about your future spouse? What else do they want you to know about them? All right. Well, they're going to be a very disappointing individual. No, I'm just kidding. This is that they have been through some major disappointments and heartbreaks, which is great. And I know it's like, what? Well, because we don't want to be their first heartbreak. We want them to have learned stuff already, because then they'll appreciate us so much more too, which they do with the Six of Wands here. This is they recognize you and see you like almost up on a pedestal in comparison to what they had before, because there was disappointments and they learned through the disappointments about themselves, about these unrealistic expectations that were fed to them around relationship and love and all this stuff, where they're like, yeah, what am I going to do, you know? And I like this because they're like they're reaching for a star here, and that's what they feel. They just feel like you are the star that fell from heaven. What is that? One of the pickup lines? Something like, uh, I don't know. It has something to do with, are you an angel that's fallen from heaven or something? But it's just very much, they're just very appreciative of who you are because of what they've experienced in their past. They see you for the the positive things of who you are, in your heart and your honesty, and and your commitment, that you are, chances are you're the one that's always, gets betrayed, right? And because you've been there and because they've been there, they're like, I don't want anyone to ever go through what I have. And so they have this loyalty, they have this openness, and they don't want to hide things because things were hidden from them. So I really like it. They've been broken open, which is great. It's not a hard heart, it's not bitter. They're um, confident in their emotions and expressing them. So I like that for you, Pinkies. The many, many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much. Thanks for the reminder, Felicia, as always, for all the thumbs up that you guys have given the video. And thank you, Felicia, for reminding me and liking the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for being part of the Love Tsunami. Something that you can do that's free. Seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm just eats it all up, and it wants to share the videos of the channel with other people as well. So thank you guys. A big thank you. I get all involved in the readings and I totally forget to recognize that for you guys. So thank you. I scared Pinky. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got to have a little bit of humor, right? She had a heart attack. What? And you have to have a sense of humor to be in here in this chat room. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a roller coaster, right? All right. So, Divine Goddess, you are up next. Any blessings coming to you in your love life soon? Let's take a look here. Yeah, we do have here the full card, which is like this new journey. And this does happen because of you. The Aries energy of the Emperor here is about new beginnings, a lot like the full card. And they have kind of similar energies in the way that the full is like the zero. It's the beginning of the major arcana. The last card that was before this was the world card, the last card in the major arcana, which is ending of old cycles and a lot coming into new beginnings. And the full card is like someone without any expectations around this. So for this, for love, it would be getting away from all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, as many as you can, clearing the path to not restrict the creator in the universe from bringing love to you. Because when we have too many, it has to be who and when and da da done and done and done, and this long list of it all becomes very thin. Where this relationship's on back order for 1,000 years. There's too many requirements around it that we're limiting and blocking the universe from bringing us the love. But when we realize I can trust the universe to the who, they're going to bring me the perfect person, the perfect way, and the perfect timing. I know the last one's the hard one, right? The perfect timing. It's like, I'm going to let you because I trust you. Then we just open it wide open. We don't have to wait 1,000 years for the love of our life. They can come in earlier in this direction over here. That's what the emperor does too. They're in their throne room. They're surrounded by people telling them all the advice on relationships, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, the emperor just has everyone leave the throne room and they make the decision. And it's you deciding what you want and you clearing away those expectations that everyone was putting on there that allows love to come your way. So that is what they want you to know right now, Divine Goddess. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list here. Yeah. So Angelina, you are up next. And so the rest of the month of April for you. Let's take a look and see what Spirit wants you to know. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you've been working on some things here with this Justice card. With that Ace of Swords, you've been really trying to see things from different perspectives, trying to cut away fears out of your life, and it shows because the Eight of Pentacles is like you've done the work, you've the blood, the sweat, and the tears towards whether it's relationships or it's jobs or education or body or moving to a different location or whatever it is, you've been putting in the work for it. And now here comes the movement, because you have the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight, and the Eight of Pentacles, which is the spinny wheel that is turning this forward. So you've got the little wheels that are turning, taking you and moving you forward. So it's telling you that the rest of the month of April does have this movement that comes in. So before the end of the month, whatever you've been focusing on with this energy and doing this work, you're going to see um, movement in that. And it's either up or out, is the kind of energy that comes in with that, because whatever has been can't stay as it is anymore. So if it's like a relationship, if they won't move up with you, then they will move out. And that's for you. You'll be happy about it in this scenario. Or if it's work, you either will get promoted or increase in pay or bonus or whatever, or you find a new job that pays more and is better for you. So it's always, well, the progression is going to be for you in whatever happens. So I like that for you, Angelina. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you. All right, Felicia, you are up next for the next free reading. And you wanted a general reading. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So what do we have here? Ooh, well. So you do have love coming your way, which of course this can be romantic. It can also be a best friend or a reconnection with like a family member that you maybe have kind of drifted away. Can also be connection to spirit and to your higher self as well. With the Three of Cups here, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the Three of Cups. At first I thought it was an eight. But yeah, it's the Three of Cups, which represents, for me, this is like your spiritual posse coming in. It's joy, it's celebration, but this really is saying that with whatever is happening, it's definitely your higher self and your spiritual team um, drawing you into this higher relationship with them too. And you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So part of this is, if you can, get out into nature as much as you can because it's very rejuvenating for you. But it is also about new birth, new things coming your way, the harvest. And she's free of expectations too. So there's this freedom that is coming in here. And I almost feel like your life is just about to be full of like people coming into your life, connection to the spirit world, maybe a romantic partner. It just feels like this birth. Um, it's like usually she's pregnant, but I see her they're showing me in my mind's eye like someone that's very pregnant, and it's because there's triplets in there. And this is like, it's because you're having three things that are coming, and that could be the three cups too, that you have these three joys that are happening in your life, like your connection to spirit, connection to a best friend, or non-romantic, and then romantic. And it just feels like woohoo. That spirit is just saying, just allow this joy, but all of it, with the Queen of Pentacles, is without expectation. The more we free ourselves from the who and the how and the when, she's free. She's running naked out in the woods, free of all the rules of society and everything else. That's kind of what the Queen of Pentacles brings in, because after her comes the Emperor and the Hierophant, which are the ones that bring the rules of society, the rules of, spirituality, the restrictions. And so she's the freedom. And I feel like this is what they're wanting you to focus on right now. So that is what they have for you, Felicia. Many blessings to you. Job is your true love. Yeah. So I like it. I like it. All righty. So Dijona, you are up next. Dijona Sturgis. So love message for you. Let's take a look here. So, what is the love message we have for Dijona? All right. Well, here comes the Queen of Pentacles coming back out again. And you have the Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, new love coming in. But there is this message here of the Queen of Pentacles for me, for you, is you do have this time for you, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, taking care of you, really understanding, you know, um, how to give yourself that self love, because out of anyone, you deserve the love that you want to give to everyone, which, the Page of Cups also represents self love, diving in here. But I feel like love is headed your way. But the important piece is for you to find this love within you first, loving yourself, because that allows you to see the world in a completely different way. If you're looking for the outside world to show you that you're lovable, ugh, what a journey that is, right? And we just it falls short. It's disappointing. We're always feel like we're disappointing the other person and that they're disappointing us. And we can never quite find, when am I going to find the right person? Well, we're the right person for us because we turn inward and upward to that chalice. We get to be filled up with that beautiful, unconditional, eternal love from above, and then we overflow out to the world. And then instead of us looking to something on the outside world and it falling short, we turn inward, find what we're the love we're looking for, and we don't need love in the outside world anymore, but we want it, and it's above and beyond. It feels abundant and overflowing because we're not looking to it to fill up our cup. We're just enjoying it for what it is because we're already overflowing, and it's just extra that's added in. So I like it for you, Dejona. That's what's happening right now for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And LA. So you were second and got wiped out. And then I thought I saw you put your question again. Yeah. So yeah, you're a little ways down, but because you put that, that's weird. My question was wiped out, and you were number 2. Um, I'll jump to yours real quick, and then I'll come back to you, Marissa Smith. So what did Mackenzie's and Peter's team think when you declined their initial offer? Ooh, I'm not allowed to use profanity on this channel. Just kidding. Why am I in a weird? Oh, because it's snowing out. That's why I'm in a hyper weird mood. Yeah, well, this makes sense. So the hanged man is like, delay, here's delay. Um, and the Queen of Wands, fiery, someone, a force to be reckoned with, someone fiery, right? With all this fiery energy. Um, Someone who knows what they want, very confident. Like I said, it's like a lion, a lioness in a way. They're just like, okay, all right, you know. Um, but I feel like that was their impression, and they're used to that too. You know, lawyers are, right. They're always just like, "Yep, this is how it works." Very rarely does everything go smoothly and fast. It's always drawn out in the courts, right? So I feel like that's what they're feeling, and I feel like the person they're representing, was like, "Oh, delays. Oh, why do they have to be, so adamant about what they want?" Um, but that's just normal. That's what humans do and think, right? They become hissing little cats. I'm not getting what I want, meow," So that's what I feel is coming through there, LA. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? All right. So Marissa Smith, you are up. So will Ashan come back to you? All right, let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know about Ashan here. Let me just make sure here. You're welcome, LA. All right. So let's see here. What is going on with Ashan here? Well, I've got we've got the 4 of Wands and we've got the 6 of Wands. The 4 of Wands, both of these are like moving energy, because we got 2 on each side and then like this 3 on each side. So there's no block. And I feel this energy I'm feeling from these is that there's nothing. It's like they are a fire sign in a way where they feel like a forest fire. They feel like a grass fire where they only move forward. It's like they there's no obstacles in their mind. They're like, I just continually move forward. I burn and consume, and like a fire never goes backward because it's already burnt everything. It has no fuel to go backwards. And I feel with this, it just feels like it's flowing forward, forward, forward. A river doesn't, turn course and go back up. A river only flows forward. That's the kind of energy that I'm having in here. I feel like they're just joy seeking, and they like being seen, and it just feels like this movement here. So I don't feel like they'll come back, but I am happy. I mean, spirit is making me feel happy about it on the inside, because they're like, we if they came back to you, if the fire came backwards, it's going to burn you, and you don't want to be burned like a second time, right? Like they say with a match, you want to see a match burn twice. It's like, and then, and then it burns you. And your spirit team was like, no, you've learned enough through them. Um, and what you have waiting for you going forward is something so much more, because then this transforms into, for you, where this 4 of Wands is marriage, a future marriage for you, not with Alshan, but with someone that's more, that sees you as this bright light, sees you as a wish come true, that puts you up and is like, wow, it's a victory. It's not, the other way where you feel like you have to uh, dim your light. You can't shine. Um, I kind of feel like their energy is like that bit of consumingness that kind of felt like it was always about them. They wanted to be seen. Um, everything was for them, like if you had something great happen to you, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened to them." Well, that never happens to me. Blah, blah. They won't celebrate with you. They make it about them. That's the kind of energy I was feeling with that. So that's why I'm like, let it flow away because what is coming for you is so much more in alignment with your heart and what you deserve. So that is what they have for you, Marissa Smith. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. And then me, 888. You'll be the next free reading coming up. Renee. All right. And so how is Artem viewing you? All these views, all these mirrors. What are all these people seeing when they look into the mirror of you? The mirror of me, right? So they view you as someone that really stands on your own authentic self, and you just really stand like clear of a lot of people's expectations. Even though you care a lot about what people think about you, I feel like when it comes down to it, you don't you don't like you don't change. Not like you're a people pleaser. You just want to know what they think of you, but then you're just like, oh well, that's their problem. I don't feel like you alter behaviors or your path a lot to do with others. I feel like you stay true to your authentic self, and you're like, if they think something's wrong with me, something's wrong with them. It's like that kind of feel. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune here too, which is, there's this ending and this beginning, and that I feel like this isn't the normal meaning of this card, but with all these pentacles here, I feel like your mind is always spinning, and you're always looking for the next thing. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Because the Wheel of Fortune is spinning. What's next? What's going to happen? What's tomorrow going to bring? What happens next week? What about next year? What's going on? I feel like that they see you as an individual with that. It's just like constantly moving, thinking around everything that's going on. A lot of energy, but that's what I feel that they view you as a reminder. What I talked about the others. A lot of people, whenever they're looking into a mirror, they see parts of themselves. So that's why all these people are seeing something different, because there's different things in everyone, right? So the big thing we can ask is, what do you see when you look into Artem? What does that show you about yourself? What are you viewing, right? Ooh, deep, I know. All right. So that is what they have for you, Renee. I was going to call you Artem. So many blessings to you. All right. So the real Hadiza J is in the house. So what will your future career be? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. It's always the journey, the scavenger hunt, though, that we come down to. So they'll give us little bits and tidbits here. We sometimes wish a scroll would just fall from the heavens and tell us who we're going to marry and be with, and when, and what dates, and what we're supposed to do with our life. And I feel like maybe in one of our last iterations of humanity, we had that and we thought it was pretty boring. It's like, well, this is like just kind of like going down a checklist. And it's like, okay, well, that was fun in the beginning, but it got boring. Then we enjoyed the not knowingness. And this is why we're in the not knowingness, right? So I feel like what they're telling you here is that you have a lot of things that you can do here. There's not really like a wrong thing to do, and that you get to choose. We have the fears here of disappointment, the fears of dreams not coming true, and we fear failing right at things. but they're saying you have so much talent, you have so much abilities here that there's so much that you could really do, and that none of them is wrong, that you get to choose, and that um, your life purpose will still be met no matter which of these seven that you choose. But don't fear that you're choosing the wrong one, and don't fear failure or feel like you're doing something wrong. It's you come down here to journey, enjoy this life, and so you get to choose. There's there's always these multiple choices and multiple paths that we're able to do here. And so I feel like connecting to your true heart, not trying to live up to the expectations of what people have told you you should be, need to be, have to be, must be, all these opinions, but really look here and go, what is it? What is my wish? What does truly make my heart sing? And then you don't, you know, you do what you uh, can do to make your heart sing, and you just follow it, right? You just follow it on your path, and you do what you need to do. If you have to work a part-time job so that you can work on your dream the other half of the time, you do it. If you feel that you don't want to sacrifice certain things and you have to work a full-time job, then you do. And then you do the other stuff while you're not exhausted. It's beautiful, all the choice that we have, and that we're such huge co-creators in our life. There's some fated events that are designed before we came down here that so sometimes we do have things like sometimes, like, I know I was destined to do this, and everything in my birth chart of my astrology, everything points to this, and doing a spiritual type of career, or dream, my passion. But not everyone has like specific things. There's big open spots in our life, and we have fated things that will happen, but there's a lot of leeway. It's like being in a improv play. There's themes, but then we get to put our twist on it, right? So that is what they have for you here. They're just wanting you to be really spend time connecting with your heart and seeing what it is you want to do. What makes your heart sing? Not what checklist in your mind, but what makes your heart sing. And so that's what they're having you take time to look at there. All right. So that is what they have for you, real Hadiza. So many blessings to you. All right. And I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Julie. I like the partying. Hello, hello. And can you tell me about Leo's intentions after you move out? All right, let's take a look here. So what is Leo up to? Oh, let me reshuffle these. All right. Okay, thank you. Mm. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Anything else? All right. Okay. All right. So we have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups here is this nostalgia kind of card. And I feel like their intentions, first, this has to do with their emotions. Because the Six of Cups can be this transformation of some old emotions of pain and releasing things and transforming them into something more of love. And so basically, I feel like one of the first things of their intentions are to get rid of some emotional baggage, right? They want to release things. And we have the Star card, which is the wish fulfillment card. And we have the Empress, which star, new beginning, new birth, sensuality. So a new start, a new growth, a new birth, and I feel like this clarity of what a wish fulfillment would look like. And I mean, you've got two major arcana here, and here's a third one with an emperor as well. And the emperor is Aries energy, which is also about new beginnings. So there's some new beginnings here. So I feel like their intentions, are leaning towards that, especially with the fiery energy really has them, wanting to move forward, wanting to do things, but they want to do things in their own way, in their own timing. Because the emperor is the ruler of their empire, right? And though they'll listen to opinions and information from advisors, they ultimately make their own decisions. So I feel like here with all of this, they're wanting to get rid of some emotional baggage. They're wanting to do things in their time. They really want a new start and they want a new adventure with all of this. But I feel like it's taking a little bit of time for them to do that. So there's kind of like these intentions. We have the King of Cups, which is balancing of heart and mind. So they're trying to balance their mind with their heart, which is a positive thing. But they also are in this process of the Nine of Pentacles, which this is the hermit's journey of finding their worth from within themselves. So with all of this, like the Six of Cups that's coming in here, there's like this, um, journey that they're going through, this balancing that they're having here. And in the Six of Cups can be balancing of emotions too, three and three. So, there is this, movement here, this inner stuff that they're doing. And I feel like that they're trying to get their cockadoo to poo poo together. They're just trying to, um, what is the movie As Good as It Gets? They're just bringing it. Spirit will tap it in my head because there's a line from that is like, "You make me want to be a better man," which I really like that. Like a better person. It doesn't have to be a man, right? But it's like you just make me want to get my stuff together so that I can be this. And but I feel like they're also trying to figure out what wish fulfillment means for them, and they're just trying to especially with that emperor, just trying to find some stability. So I feel like that's geared towards you, and I like this for you, because eventually, maybe that's the two of you flying off on your Pegasus, or your like here's you guys with your butterfly wings, because you both have turned into butterflies and you're flying on your rainbow unicorn. But I do like this because I feel like you both have been and are kind of finished going through your own cocooning experience and your transformation experience. You're letting things go that no longer serve you. Um, and I feel like they see you coming out of your cocoon as a beautiful butterfly, and they're like, "Oh crap, I got to catch up. I'm still a caterpillar." And I feel like that's what they're working on, if that makes sense. Especially those two with butterfly wings, it cracks me up. So that's what I feel is coming through, Julia. Okay, very good. I'm glad it resonated, and I'm excited for you. Woohoo! All right. So many, many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation, Julia. All right. Tanisha, yeah, you can do super chats. Absolutely. You can also make donation by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square. Those are linked at the top in the pinned comment or the description box of the video down below, too. Whatever's convenient for you. So while we're waiting for that, we'll continue down the free list for sake of time. And we have Deanna Fulton. You'd like a general. Let's see what Spirit has for you right now. Got some fives going on here. So got a little bit of a transformation happening here. I like these for you because the Hierophant invites you into the maze to really get to the core of who you really are, what it is you truly want. and it's a very transformative type of energy. 5 is a number of change and transformation is and the 5 of wands is the change, movement, and transformation of your energy. What feels conflicting, you end up finding relief. And what this is all about here is your wish fulfillment card with the 9 of cups. As you're going deeper here into the center and finding out who you truly are and what you truly want out of life, not, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos of the world. That's where this energetic conflict is coming in, is because it's like your upbringing is telling you, this is your dream, take it. And we took it. And you're like, oh, I got to live my dream today. And it's not your dream. And this diving deep inside, you're really finding out what is the dream. And this is this transformation that's happening, this movement from one way to another, and where you're investing your energy. You're no longer investing it in something that is not you know, um, your uh, undream. You're uh, moving the energy towards what your dream is as you discover it. So I like that for you, Deanna. It's a very, it's like you're discovering what your true north truly is. And it just gives you this beautiful guidance. It's like the North Star, and you can follow the star towards your destination. And you're like, you're able to, any indecision that you've had in your life, you're able to throw things away because you're like, does this support me moving towards that? Nope. Does this person support me do that? Nope. It's like you're able to really get clarity in your life and have forward movement where you kind of feel maybe aimless and lost a little bit, and that 5 of wands is like, oh, conflict, energy. So I like it for you, Deanna. So many, many blessings to you, and hang in there. Lovely Lovey, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation from Tanisha. Thank you so much, Tanisha. So you talked to your lawyer about your settlement a couple of days ago, and will you be released soon? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have. Oh, will it be released soon? Free at last, free at last. Thank God I'm free at last. So let's take a look here. Will your settlement be released soon? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Maybe it's a Freudian slip because you are being released as well from all this, right? It almost feels like you've been caged by this settlement for a long time. So there is this freedom that comes in for you, right? Yeah. Well, your first two cards kind of sums it up, and I like it. And we'll talk about these other cards here. But you got the Wheel of Fortune spinning and turning, and the Ten of Cups. This is like ultimate happiness that's here. So I would take this as a very positive yes. It will be released soon, because the Wheel of Fortune is generally um, coming up in the very near future. So I like it. And as we talked about with the, being released here, as well, like this is you being released, because this process has been very, I was going to say educational, right? You're like, it has revealed a lot about yourself, right? What you've learned about how you look at yourself and how other people's actions, you would allow it to define you, right? Because the Seven of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. And the Seven of Swords specifically is the energy of like the thievery card. What has been, what of my own thoughts and beliefs have been stealing from me, been keeping me from opportunities, and allow you to release some old fears, from, where they were coming from, right? There's this freedom that comes of mind, and you're able to cut away fears that no longer serve you anymore. These allowed you to learn what you need to learn, but it's free. Am I frozen for anyone else? Just to make sure. I know. Okay, good. So there is this freedom that comes through this, and sometimes we go, why did I want this to happen to me? But we realize we are the ones that signed up for all these wonderful events in our life, and so we can move from a place of almost feeling victimized by life. I'm like, why is this happening to me? To going, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? What did I learn through this about myself, about my ideas of the world, about my ideas of abundance, and things like that? No good. It's no good. Is that like, no, we're good? I think is what you're saying. You're up to no good. And then I like this for you, Tanisha, too, because here's the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. This with this release coming here, with the settlement coming, it's just like a new birth into your life. One, you're looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world completely different than you had before all this wonderful adventure started, right? It's like you're emerging from the forest a changed person, but there's a new birth. You can even see, this bright light on the womb here. There's this wonderful, it just feels like a new life, a new change, a new, just newness that comes into your outside world in so many different ways. I feel like you are released, right? So it's like, will I be released soon? I just feel like that is part of I feel like you wrote that on purpose. I feel like your spirit was like, yes, you are. This is such an important message, is not only is the settlement being released, but you're being released. A lot of fears, a lot of thoughts are being transformed and changed. And you're like, "Oh, okay, I decide what story I put to every situation. I decide what emotion I want to feel as I go through it. I decide where I invest my energy, and no one can force me to do different. People can try to force me on the outside, but I can do it what I want on the inside. So I really like it. They're bringing back a story to mind of there was this family going across country, and so the mom and dad were in the front, and their three sons. They had three sons in the back seat, and the middle one was the youngest one. He was in the middle, and he was picking on his older brothers to the sides of him and causing a ruckus. And finally, they pulled over and said, "All right." He wouldn't stop, and so they pulled him up. This was before seatbelt rules and all this stuff. So just go with the story. And so they put him up in the middle between them, and he wouldn't sit down. And they said, "You need to sit down so we can put the seatbelt on you so that we can start driving." And he's like, "No, I don't want to." And he just is adamant. And finally, they threatened to take away his toys, really hit him home. And he was like, so he sat down, he crossed his arms, and he goes, "I may be sitting down on the outside, but I'm standing up on the inside." And that's why I love the power that comes from it. It's a funny story, but it's so true. I can, my thoughts, my emotions, my energy, I control that on the inside, and no one can have power over that. And I feel like this has been very empowering for you, and will continue to. I feel like the fruit of what you've gone through is really going to continue to unfold. You're just gonna, it's like for months, more stuff is going to be gleaned from this. Just in as the freedom comes in, you're just going to feel and recognize a lot of things you learned about yourself during all of this. So I like it. I like it for you. So that's what they have for you, Tanisha. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Yeah, right? Freedom, the pulling away of things. Um, so I like it. And one of the big things about like our energy, they just kind of want to add this last piece on is, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. That's one of the things we learn so much When we focus on what's in our life that we don't want, our energy just grows and grows and grows. You got two more. I know they just keep adding on. And then, or if we focus on what we feel is missing out of our life, we expand the missingness. So when we focus on what we fear will leave our life, we'll repel it with our energy. And if we fear something will come in, we will draw it in. But what we can do with that power, every moment is a choice between unconditional love or those fears of losing conditional love or failure or rejection, whatever it may be, the fear. And so we have thoughts of unconditional love or fear, emotions of unconditional love or fear, or our energy of unconditional love or fear. So instead of focusing on those things, we can transform our life by focusing on what we're grateful for, because then our energy will grow more things to be grateful for. So a gratitude journal or whatever, a reminder every day what we can be grateful for helps. And focusing on what we do want to draw in, not what we are wanting to leave, but what we want to draw in. And then focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. All of that grows and expands. So we're very powerful. So I do like that. So that's what they have for you. So boom, boom, high five, hang in there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. So let's see. Where did we leave off? Up here with Lovely Lovey. Thank you so much for your patience. And brudda, lovely, lovey. Any information on time frame when Angela will release the rest of the funds to you from dispersal to the proper beneficiaries? Okay, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about time frame here? What, 1 to 10 months? No, no, no. I'm just kidding. The Wheel of Fortune shows that it's going to be happening very soon here, because that's what happens here. The Magician, it is about range and about power. Everything that happens and unfolds for us is always for our experience and for our growth. And I like this because they're saying, there's a fated time that it's absolutely going to be by, but you can have it be sooner with your power here, the Magician, like what I was just talking about with whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so we can have gratitude, about what is, and focusing on the individual. Like, what are we grateful for Angela? That we're grateful for the fun she did release, and we're, grateful for this, grateful for that, and focusing the energy, on the silver lining and on the beautiful unconditional love that grows, right? And that allows this to speed up, and it brings it faster to us, right? So there is a fated time here in the future. I almost feel like 10, not like it's like a week to 10 weeks, not a month to 10 months. But I feel like it's between a week and 10 weeks. And the faster, the more we focus this energy on the positives, the faster it comes for us too. So I like that. This is like a lesson in your superpower, and showing how gratitude, and focusing on the love and the joy and the laughter just helps that energy expand and ignite. It's like throwing more coals into a steam engine. The engine gets faster, and we get to that thing faster. So I feel like that's what's coming through right now, lovely lovey. So thank you so much again for your question, and many blessings to you. All right. Take a look here. All right. So surely you'll be by next free reading. And I do believe I had another donation pop down here. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tanisha. Oh, you have two more questions. I get it. Thank you so much. So, what is the next step in your EEOC case for your old job? And you completed a response for them. What's going to happen next? Okay, very good. I get you. So let's take a look here. So the next step in EOC. All right. Yay. Okay. So you do have I love the sun card coming in here and the four of swords. This is like the peace of a mind card because swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, etc. And the sun is victory, abundance, bright outcomes. And I kind of feel like they're starting off here going, you know, put your mind at rest. You're going to have a good outcome, a very successful, bright outcome. So they're like, let's start there. And like, okay, that's a good. We like that. Tell me the end result and then tell me how we get there or when we get there. What happens? Well, here we have the Ace of Wands coming in, which if I didn't complete it before when I was telling you about whatever we focus on with our energy is what grows and expands, this is the card, one of the cards that tells me that story. So this is like reiterating that what is, what next step you can do is focus on what you're grateful for, focus on what you do want to have happen and do that rather than fears, right? Because what they're showing here, it does take a little bit of time here. Tempering is, I know, a patience card, but it takes time for things to unfold. The two cups here. It starts off with a base metal in one, and as it goes here, magic happens, and it becomes more like gold, and then it reverses back and becomes even more like gold, even more like gold. So as it's going back and forth, it's getting closer and closer to being gold. The Five of Pentacles is this kind of it's a number of transformation. The five of Pentacles starts off with an energy of like it's a lack card, like also abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. But there's a beautiful transformational energy around this, that it changes from us looking at mankind and humans as the source of our sustenance, as the source of what we need in life. And because when we do that, we definitely do feel abandoned and out in the cold because we know these human characters, when they go into fear, they definitely go into fight or flight and self survival mode. Where if you're depending on me and I'm like, no, I need that for me to survive, and I take it all from you, and you're like, uh-oh, I'm out in the cold. I'm abandoned because this person freaked out in fear and grabbed all to them for themselves, right? Well, this transformation happens where we realize, okay, so when I depend on humankind for my sustenance, I'm going to feel lack. I'm going to feel abandonment because that's what humans do. It's part of their human animal nature, right? So we learn to turn upward. That's where the transformation happens as we realize, oh, it's creator, it's source, it's the mother and father of all things. Whatever you believe your higher power to be, they're the ones that bring us what we need in each moment. And even more so, they love us so much that they want to give us more than we need in each moment. But they're the ones that bring it to us. They might deliver it through mankind. They might be the shipping company, how it gets to us, but the creator always doesn't need that. We might have other stuff come into our lives as well. And the wonderful trust that we can build with the creator that they're going to bring us what we need in each moment. I mean, they have already. We wouldn't be here right now if I hadn't had everything I needed in each moment to get me to right here. I would be dead, right? So they definitely have. And I can look back and go, you've never let me down. You've always given me what I needed. And the beautiful thing is this trust we build because they love us eternally, means it never ends, and they love us unconditionally, which means no conditions, like nothing I can do to lose it, nothing I have to do to gain it. It's just mine. And they don't fear, so they'll never pull back their support from us. They're the source of everything. They have endless resources. They're like, sure, we're gonna give you this stuff. So I feel like this is what is coming through here. So the next step with this, it's like, what's the next step? Patience. right? But there is gonna be, what you can do while you're being patient is what are you learning about focusing your energy and how your energy you're a co-creator in your life, and how your energy is allowing things to move faster and drawing the positive, higher vibrational things to you? Or are we drawing in the lower vibrational things to us, right? And not beat ourselves up. If we find ourselves going, oh, yep, I'm focusing on that. Let me just redo that. Um, some things I mentioned that help me do this is, a daily gratitude journal helps. And whether you're doing it once in the morning, once in the night, or once in the morning at night, and maybe even lunch, or do you have a little alarm on your phone, a vibrating alarm that every waking hour that you're awake, it vibrates to say gratitude and like, oh, yep, what am I grateful for? Helps us change our habit because we're all taught as humans. Focus on what you fear, be wary of what might come and what might leave your life. And we're like throwing things out of our life and drawing them in because of our fears and the energy we're putting to them. But when we realize, oh, my habit can be gratitude and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and focusing on what I do want, we see a change that can happen that way too. So I feel like that is what's coming in here, and I feel like they're not giving us really a time frame with an outcome, but they did going back to the start, which is the end, is a great, successful, brilliant end, one of the most victorious cards, and peace of mind. Just put your mind to rest. Everything's going to be fine. And so that's the kind of energy that is coming in here with that. So hopefully that answered your question there, because that's what they're bringing forward for you. If you have a clarifying question, you can sure ask it. If you're like, well, what I really want to know is this too, I'm happy to pull an additional couple of cards here because of your generous donations. Okay, you're very welcome. Yeah, you have the Hierophant. So you're on that journey of getting to the core. Okay, very good. All right. Well, very, very good. Again, thank you so much for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. Was that your two questions, or did you have an additional one more? They gave away free money. Yay! Oh my goodness. Show me the money. Show me the money. All right. Okay. Yeah, very good. Absolutely. You can ask as many as you would like. And while I'm waiting for you to do that, let me see where I left off here. So while I'm waiting for your additional question, I'm going to throw a free reading in there just for the sake of time. So surely you want to know, ask what are L's current feelings, thoughts, and intentions for you. All right, let's take a look here. So thoughts and intentions. Well, so we have this, the Wheel of Fortune keeps popping out here, but we got the Six of Swords, which is actually, this is thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. And there's this movement of thought, this change of mindset. They're moving from old ways of thinking to newer ways of thinking, rough waters to calmer waters. So I feel like there is some movement in what they're, you know, uh, thinking about. Feelings, though, I don't, I mean, they are, like, the boat goes through emotions, but I feel like they're more on the surface. They're more on the thinking side of things, not so much feeling. I don't know if they're kind of air signy or cerebral, but they're more thinking because they're thinking about the fates. The Wheel of Fortune is about fated events and what is to unfold and what does my world look like. I just feel like they're all caught up here up here, like the whale is in the sky instead of down the ocean. It's like, hello, emotions belong down here, not up in your head. And so I feel like this is what is coming in here, and their intentions are some sort of movement here. The 10 is endings and new beginnings. And so I feel like they're trying to figure out what it is they want, and there is movement and change of thought. But it's not giving me, like, usually the wheel of fortune means it's fortunate for you, and it's where you will feel that it's fortunate, your human side, because everything always unfolds for us. But sometimes our human side does not agree in the moment, because it's like, what, why would I want that? But this is saying that whatever these intentions are that they're doing, even your human side feels like, "Oh, okay, this is the tune of for me, the fortune, right?" It's like, "Oh, okay, this is fortunate, and I like it." So I feel like they're, well, again, the the whale is, you know, up in the brain and not down in the heart, and so they're doing a lot of thinking, 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 but it eventually turns to where you're happy about what their intentions are, and what they act upon those. So that is what I feel is coming through there, Shirley. So many blessings to you. I like it. And Mars, you'll be my next free reading. But I'm going to go complete another donation. Thank you so much, Tanisha. I really appreciate it. So you're being considered for apartment that's 850, all electric. Will they approve you, or should you try to get a luxury apartment? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. Oh no. Oh, Shirley. Right. Constantly thinking, right? uh, uh. All right. So let's take a look here, Tanisha. You crack me up, Shirley. All right. So, what is for your highest experience here? What we're going to do, we'll ask the question, will they approve you? Will they approve you? Let's ask that question first. Okay. Can you clarify that for me? Okay. And then, is it in your higher interest, or for your highest good and your highest experiences to try to get a luxury apartment? Let's see what energy comes through for that. That way we'll get some good information. Okay, they want me to shuffle here. Okay. So, for the first question, will they approve you? I've got the Tower card here, and when this is coming in here, there's like this. Again, whatever happens in our life happens for us. When things are removed out of our life, it happens for a reason. Things brought in, and I feel here with all this Queen of Wands fire that's happening here, I feel like that they won't approve that particular apartment, because there's something more in alignment. The Queen of Wands here, this is you. This is you, uh, with this connection to spirit, with the black cat here, because they roll over fire, but they also um, have water. All the queens have water, which allows you to have a good gut instinct, real good intuition, allows you to connect. And there's this great you know, she rolls over the volcanic fire that's coming in here. So I feel like you handle um conflict well, with all this energy that's here too. And you're just like, okay, so that door closed, but it closed for a reason, because you do move to this. I feel like when I asked, is a luxury apartment for your highest experience, we've got the lion, which is your human and your higher self, with the infinity symbol, the strength card. And it's like this connection here is telling me that you're being guided. So trust your intuition because your higher self is guiding you in the direction here. So I feel like that's a big piece of it. And you have the Two of Cups, it's emotional choice. You have, again, the Four of Swords, peace of mind, but you also have the Five of Cups. And these two cups are here. So the Five of Cups shows that, here's the disappointment of the Tower, right, coming in. But then you have a choice behind here. And I feel like with the two cups keep coming in here, that you do have like a choice between two things. Yeah. So it feels like you have a choice. Like this one, um, um, like doesn't get approved, but it's on purpose, right? Because you have then there's these two other choices that open up, and they're in either of the two choices that open up. There's not a right or a wrong, with it. It's like just trust your gut and your intuition for which one to choose is really what I feel is coming in here with this. But I feel like you'll have two other options, not this one, but there's like two other that open up with these choices. So I like it for you. Again, it's like peace of mind. You have the Four of Swords. It's like you will figure it out. Yeah. So trust your gut, trust your instinct. And you're just like, okay, when this one doesn't go through it, I feel like it's keeping you from something, that this other apartment. It's like it sounds good, but it's like something just doesn't turn out right in the apartment. It's like the neighbor, they don't realize that, the next week that this neighbor, with six children that are, ranging from 2 to 9, all moving upstairs, and all you hear all day is so I feel like you're being spared with this. It is happening for you. And it's like, okay, I'm ready, to follow my heart and my gut, and there's going to be two opportunities that open up that are so much better for you. So I like it. Too funny. So I like it. I like it. So definitely follow your heart. Um, yeah, with that. Surely. Yeah, he can speed it up. Honk, honk, beep, beep. Let's go. All right. Thank you again so much for all your donations, Tanisha. I greatly appreciate it. Many blessings to you. And I'm excited. You have a lot of stuff coming that's just going to be, it's like going to be a whole new world for you. And I really like it. A whole new world. Oh, no, don't worry. I'm not going to break into song from Aladdin, right? All right. So, Mars, you are up next. So, general reading on M. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about M. All right. Well, I feel like there's some hidden stuff here. The high priestess, she goes into her high priestess temple, really looks into behind the veil, connects to the spirit world, and dives deep into the mysteries. And the reason, because the sun card also, even though it's bright, and when I get a certain combination, the sun card is Leo energy, which is the child self, which talks about the subconscious, diving deep in here, right? And so I feel like there's something that's hidden here, some, stuff that can use some healing. The Empress here, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, I feel like there's some stuff that really needs to be nurtured with M here, self nurturing and a new start, a new birth that needs to happen with them. And it's significant. I mean, you've got three major arcana, the high priestess, the empress, and the sun, which major arcana means significant changes in life and transformation, right? So it's an important thing that needs to happen with there, but it's some significant hidden things that are programs that are running down underneath their subconscious that are impacting their life, which they may not even know why. You know, it's just like they can't have abundance, they can't have movement, whatever it is, they just, it's like they're blocked and they feel caged. They don't know why because there's all this stuff just bubbling down underneath. So I kind of feel like that is just some awareness around what's going on and that they could use some good counseling, really. And I usually don't say that. Counseling is wonderful because I had some, and they gave you great tools. They help you bring that stuff up and transform it. But I just feel like they could really use some just a good source, third party that doesn't have any interest in, you know, their decisions and stuff, but can help them bring that stuff up. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have there for you. So many blessings there. Way better, but you're so funny. So that's what they have for you, Mars. So hang in there, and sending much love to M. I can just feel there the bubbling going on underneath the surface there. All right. Okay, great. Thank you so much, so much. And another great reminder to thank everyone for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love to the world. So I really appreciate it. Something free that you can do. And it just takes a little tap of that little like button and gives it a thumbs up. It just helps spread the Zen love to the world. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. Greatly appreciate that. All right. Very good. You're very welcome, Tanisha. Good night. She probably already left. All right. Let's see where we are at here. Okay, very good. Very good. I'm just making sure I'm not overlooking anyone. All right. Unique beauty. I know, right? Finally. So, will you be able to move forward? Uh, okay, let's see here. So, you want to know, will you be able to move forward by yourself, caring for your mom to move forward in your business? Okay, let's take a look here. So, are you able to move forward here? And what does Spirit want you to know? Okay. That was a lot of cards. Sorry. Let me just shuffle these. You did get one here. Okay. Maybe that's the only card you need. See if they have any clarification. I'll show you this one. So you're not like, what did it show you? King of Pentacles, which is about abundance in the outside world. So this would show, abundance, and it's a positive card around the outside world, feeling full and complete, and being able to move forward. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands. So this is about, you have the power, you have the Ace of Wands here to be able to move forward, to really focus your energy and get things done. And it does represent fire energy movement. And you have the black cat here too, which represents your connection to the spirit world. So when you are unsure of a move, of a decision to make, spirit, you can develop, if I feel like you have a well developed intuition and connection to spirit already, but you can even enhance it even more and get more clarity, because it's like they're like, if we could die, we are dying to help you. Like, we can never die, but they're like, we honor your free will, but you can, of your own free will, ask for their assistance, because before you came down here, you asked them for a certain to do certain things, and this is your guardian angel and your angels and your spirit guides and loved ones on the other side and ancestors and this whole posse of support you have. You asked them for certain things, and then the rest of it is like, I want to do the rest on my own unless I ask you. And so when we're down here, they honor that free will and they're like, okay, they told us to wait, but they will remind us, going, we're here if you need us. And so you can ask them of your own free will for answers and clarity. And as long as it doesn't interfere with the stuff that you asked them to do before you came down here, they're like, yes, yes, here's answers, here's synchronicities, here's ideas, dropping into your head, into your heart, hearing it in the outside world, wherever it may be, obstacles being removed, things being brought in for you. And they will all do that. And you have that ability here with the Queen of Wands. So it does turn out very positive here. So I do like that for you. So that's what they have for Unique Beauty. I like it. I like it. And many blessings to you. All right. All right. And thank you, Deanne, for your beautiful little cross hearts. Okay, very good. I'm just looking here. Okay, we did that one. We did that one. Sorry, thank you for your patience. I just want to make sure. All right. Crushy, hello. You are up, I believe. Let me just jump to the bottom here. Okay. And you want to ask if we see good things coming to you in your current company soon, you're contemplating resigning. I think if you asked that, it sounds familiar. If you asked it this morning, I did answer that one for you as well. So if you want to check that one out for additional messages. But I think it kind of was like this. Because I believe, if I'm remembering, and I do so many readings, who knows? But the Three of Wands is about you changing directions and going into a different direction. Something that brings you emotional stability is what this combination brings here. Something that's more true to your heart here. Like, this is the jobs that you've had, but there's something that's more of your passion that would make your heart sing. And I feel like this is the message that came in this morning, or if it was last night, or maybe I dreamt about it. You never know. But I feel like this is the the message. Oh yeah, because I think we talked about the eagle's nest with your reading. It sounds familiar if somebody asked a similar question, because the eagle's nest, it was this message about, when it's time to fly the coop, when the eaglets are born and they're adult enough or teenager enough where they need to fly, they sometimes don't want to leave the nest because it's all comfy, and they get room service with the mom and dad eagle bringing them fish and food to eat or whatever. And so the parent eagles will rip out the comfortable things. So it's a craggly, nest, because it's all made out of all these branches, and it makes them want to leap off into something that, and is for them. It strengthens them, makes them independent. And I feel like that was what's going on with your company, was that no, things are being made uncomfortable at your job so that you can so it's easy for you to leave and resign and go and find something that's more in alignment with what's in with your higher heart and your life purpose. What makes your heart sing, not what makes sense to your brain, but what makes your heart sing, is what I feel they were nudging you towards. So that's what they have for you, Crushy. So many blessings to you, and enjoy the adventure. Dun dun dun. All right. So Julia, we took care of those. Okay. get those. Lovely, lovely. Accentuate the positive. Yay. You're finally lovey. Tanisha. Did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. All right. I think we're getting close to the bottom here. All right. Hey, Shelly. Hello. Hey, Kavita. All right. So, Kavita, you want some angel guidance for your current situation? Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I did answer your free question probably about an hour ago, maybe ish. It's been 2.5 hours, so I kind of lose track of time. But I did. I know I definitely did. All right. So, Kavita, guidance on your current situation. Wow. So you've got the six, the lovers card here, and you have the seven of pentacles. So, of course, the lover's card is about a significant relationship coming in, whether it's romantic, best friends, whatever it may be. You have a significant relationship that's growing in your life. But the Seven of Pentacles does show that it's taking its good old time because this is what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So it's like the patience, card of trusting that whatever is taking its time, it's going to unfold in the perfect timing. But whenever it has to do with love of any kind, romantic or family or friends or whatever, if it's taking its good old time, it's slowed down into slow-mo mode, um, for a reason for us. And it pauses and slows things down so that we can work on our self-love and raise our love vibration by connecting higher, connecting to the, beautiful, eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. And it allows us to really open up the pipelines, and that's why things are slowed down, because if we have our lower vibrational self-love, we're going to draw in lower vibrational energies and things into our life. But if we're like, whoa, whoa, I don't want any more of that, it's like spirit's like, let's slow that down. They've had enough of that. Let's slow this down. Let's allow the time for you to raise your love vibration. And again, we do that by connecting to the higher realms, really letting the old emotions that no longer serve us go, the old, limiting mindsets and beliefs and expectations go, all that stuff that holds our heart down. Our love vibration goes up. And as it goes up, then we attract in things that are more in at the vibration of the higher heart love, the higher vibration love. And it helps because it not only improves this love flow that we're getting from up above, but it also opens up the pipeline of our ability to love others and receive love from others. Because you hear a lot with Spirit on this channel, is we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. So, as they say, if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to flood out, it's just going to trickle out. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to trickle in. Unless I open up my self love, it grows and expands. And then not only I have this win win here, there's this win win of being able to give and receive love to humans too. So I feel like this is the advice and the what they want you to know, the guidance on your current situation. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Good night, intuitive. If you have gone already, you probably gone already. All right, butterflies. You want to know, will Brian reach out to you? Let's take a look here and see. Will Brian reach out? I feel like there will be action that will come in here. The eight of Pentacles does represent, like, if you've been working on something, like you've been working on this relationship, then, this does show movement in the outside world that will happen here. And with the Page of Cups, this is a new love, that does come in here, heightened love, so I feel like with you working on this, and I almost feel like you've been working on your self-love a lot here with this card too. So you've been working on you, been working on your relationship to the outside world. And because of that, this Eight of Pentacles is this movement that happens. And so I feel like this would be that they will reach out to you. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for that, here's the phases of the moon. It's like, it's going to be at the proper time. And while you're waiting, just continue to work on that, what you've been working on with that, because this is what the Eight of Pentacles does. It's like usually like an apprentice who's working under a master to learn and grow. And they're all the blood, the sweat, and the tears they're putting in to grow. And then they reach this point of they become the master now. And that's what this Eight of Pentacles does. It's like you're working on this stuff, and then this transition happens, and it brings in the reward of your labor of what you've been working on. So that is what I feel is coming through for you, butterflies. So just continue to work on that beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm glad that you said you have, and it's so freeing, right? So I do love that for you. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, we've reached the bottom. And before I head off, I do want to make sure everyone knows I do have a weekly giveaway of the of a drawing, and every Monday. And so this is the link to the video for that. I am giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading, and I also mention in there my monthly giveaway that I have going on. So if you want to check into that. Also, spring has which is formerly known as Teespring, is having a big sale, 25% off, where they're taking 25% off of their side. They normally don't do that a whole lot. So I like to make sure everyone knows, no pressure on it, just more information if you're interested in any of my merch. Also, I have weekly pick a card readings. So I have a ton of pick a card readings, because even sometimes I do 2 a week. This is the most recent one, which was about our life purpose. What do we need to know right now? But if you want more messages of love, and I have a little playlist with pick a cards around love, around abundance, around life purpose and career, and then a ton of other different kinds as well. So if you want some more, feel free to check those out. Those are all free. And also, we have a monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign that I put out, and this is the playlist for that. So you can check that out if you haven't already. So I like that. And thank you, Renee. You said you sent another donation here. Oh, um, I can't remember how he was viewing you. Do you want me to find the I can find the timing. Let me see where they were at here, because I think that was quite a while ago. Okay. So it was right before the real Hadiza, and it was after I think Marissa. I can pull more cards too. Yeah, I can pull it there. But we can find it too, because I feel like it was a good, I felt like theirs was a really positive type of outcome too. I liked it. But they did remind you that they always see themselves, right? With the viewing, when we ask how are other people viewing us, it's like, well, when a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. Let's see here. Yeah, because we've got, I mean, look all these major arcana that you got here. So you have the Hanged Man, you have the Lovers, you have the Tower, and you have the Prince of Wands, which would be the Page of Wands, which is new passion. But there's the Hanged Man here is like this big transformation here. And I just feel like there's like this um they're like waiting. They're like evaluating this, and they're fearing this, and they're not taking action on this. And I just feel like they have all this stuff going on, but it's just like, this is what you see. You're like, what's going on? Why are they just hanging there staring at me? And inside their brain, but silence. But inside their brain, it's almost like someone's wearing little ear pods or whatever, and you're like, what's going on with them? And inside they're listening to this, um Rob Zombie, kind of music going on in their head. And you're just like, what's happening? I just don't feel like they're sharing a lot of things, because they have some fears of, they have this idea, they have this idea, they have this idea. I feel like there is, with the Lovers card there and the Prince of Wands, there's passion, and there's this and there's that. But I feel like it's all going in here, and there's these fears of, oh, everything is going to blow up. They always fear like another foot's going to fall down. Too. So I feel like all this is going on inside their head. Um, but the other viewpoint they had of you was very positive. They just really liked some things. I feel like it was like the Three of Pentacles. It had something to do with you being true to your authentic self, and some things there. No, not at all. If you don't mind, can you post a question in the comments section to say, "Hey, brother Z," um, and then that'll be where I'll put the timestamp, because I can find them pretty fast. I can kind of jump in and know, and I'm like, okay, no, it was before that. Nope, it was before that, and I can usually find them pretty fast, and then I'll post that for you, because I really liked it. And I mean, this is included with that, because I really feel like they're just like, wow, they got a lot going inside their head. Um, uh, but I feel like they're just kind of hanging there waiting, and like, what are you waiting for? So yeah, definitely do that, and then I will post that here as soon as I finish up here. I'll go find it, because like I said, I can find them pretty quick. All right, but thank you for your additional donation. I mean, that was your free one, so thank you for the additional donation. You're so sweet, and I hope you had a good nap. But you can go back to sleep now, right? Or if you want to wait, I'll find it really quick here within the next 5 minutes, and so you can jump to it. All right. So many blessings, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign off of this session. And I just want to thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. I'm just always blown away by everyone's hunger and thirst to hear from Spirit and searching after Spirit. And I really appreciate you bringing your love into the chat and into the readings. And I will be back. I'm here twice a day on the weekends, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays, because I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I will see you guys when I see yous. And until then, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And until then, much love to you, and you guys take care. We'll see you.